Fans, the following contest is singles action scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Istanbul, Turkey, weighing in at 190 pounds, this is Vandal Ortagun. And introducing his opponent. Making his way to the ring from Duluth, Georgia, weighing in at 205 pounds, he is the Kayode, Tim Miller.
Singles competition here at Disruptor 2. This is one that I've actually personally been looking for. Two of the hottest prospects right now in wrestling. The Kayode, Tim Miller, a local favorite here, taking on Vandal Ortagun, a guy who has been tearing up rings up and down the Eastern Seaboard and abroad. This is Turkey's favorite wrestler.
That is true. He is Turkey's favorite wrestler, and he has beaten everybody from top to bottom. This guy is hot. He's on a win streak. Tim Miller is young. He's upcoming. He does not have the experience that he's facing, but Tim Miller's he's had a lot of good wins. He's been in the ring with a lot of good guys. We saw him at Disruptor 1. He had a great match there, and looking to get a win tonight.
And there we go, both men locking up in the ring here.
Considering what we've seen tonight, I think this is going to be a little more orthodox. I think this is going to be a little more what the fans are used to seeing, not as crazy as what we've seen so far, but no less going to be some great action and definitely something you want to take your eyes off of.
And right there you can see Vandal Ortagun trying to get the advantage, but right there, the Kayode, Tim Miller, able to reverse out, has the wrist lock in. This match right here, like I said, featuring some of the best up-and-coming young talent. And right now, Ortagun with a vicious streak. We've seen him all over the country here.
Tim Miller's definitely using his size to an advantage here, throwing those punches in, but Vandal's not going to put up with that too much. He's going to be a little quicker, and he's going to be looking to slow Tim Miller down, I think.
And right now, Tim Miller has him in, arm drags him over. Another arm drag there.
Tim Miller, a former Marine, thank him for his service. If you meet him, shake his hand and tell him thank you. He's got a lot of that Marine tenacity in him, and he loves the USA, and he's going to use that chant to build some momentum.
Oh, wait a minute, goes in for the splash, hits the turnbuckle on the top.
One count. Not going to finish Tim Miller that quick, but it does show that Vandal's looking for the win.
Vandal Ortagun also, you may notice in this matchup, you'll see a lot of different styles of wrestling, has an extensive kickboxing background. In fact, in 2017, he competed in the Turkish Kickboxing Open. Had a very good showing there. So you'll see a lot of different things from this young man, 2 count only.
He's definitely a complete package when it comes to being in that ring with the offense and the defense that he brings into the ring with him.
And right now you can see just stalking over the Kayode Tim Miller. The Kayode Tim Miller, a very, very popular figure here in the Landmark Arena, just based off this area, has had a lot of success here in North Georgia.
Yeah, cut his teeth right down the road. He is a Georgia boy, and I think it's going to be really good for his career, win or lose, to get in with some talent like Vandal, learn from his losses, hopefully get a few wins. I think this is going to be great to project his career in the direction he wants to go. I think he's got a great future ahead of him if he can survive this match with Vandal right now.
Exactly. I mean, that's going to be a tall task ahead, because this is a very, very vicious man. He competed in over 27 different countries in his career and has left a trail of broken bodies and broken spirits behind him.
He's doing what we thought he'd do. He's grounding Tim Miller down, keeping him on the mat, not letting him use his size as an advantage, and working on that neck of Tim Miller. Really twisting and twerking that neck. That can cause you a lot of issues later in a match.
And you can hear the crowd here chanting USA, trying to get on the skin of Vandal and trying to get Tim Miller pumped up here. The former Marine comes in, ducks a clothesline, has him in, waist locked over into the ropes. Rolls him up, got him in, 1, 2. Only a 2 count there. And a big clothesline there by Vandal Ortagun. I don't know if you noticed it there or not, but Tim Miller lost his balance going in, which is what opened up that opportunity for Vandal to get the clothesline, and right now back on top.
Vandal's definitely in charge of the match. Has really kind of controlled it after about the first minute in. Tim Miller's going to have to get his wits about him. Hope Vandal makes a mistake and capitalize on it, but he's got to do something now. Right now, Vandal's really got him punished and beat down.
You can see right there, referee Todd letting Vandal know it was only a 2 count. Now the thing is with Vandal too, a lot of people have called into question, despite his skill set, despite the fact of all the tools this man has, he does use some questionable tactics in the ring. And it's been called into question many, many times. Cover 1, 2.
I think sometimes a guy gets to a point in their career where they just decide the win is more important, and whatever it takes to get there, it gets them there. And we've seen some great success with guys that tend to bend the rules or use some not so orthodox maneuvers to get there. But again, if the win's what you want, sometimes you just have to do what you got to do to get it.
And right now, the crowd here trying to get under the skin of Vandal Ortagun. It is not working right now, as you can see, just doling out the punishment on the Kayode Tim Miller. Just threw Tim Miller in there. In fact, he threw his own body as well to add a little bit of velocity to that Irish whip.
Yeah, he really threw Tim Miller twice in there, landed on his lower back. Earlier, he pulled his knee pad down and drove that knee brace, that metal bar knee brace down at Tim Miller's lower back. And it seems to be taking an effect on Tim Miller. The back of his neck and his lower back is really taking a beating. If you've ever watched Vandal, he really does like to attack those parts, and a lot of his high-impact maneuvers work on that lower back and that neck, and he will use that as he tries to close this match out.
And right now, but look at that right there now. The Kayode Tim Miller came rushing out. Big, vicious clothesline. Has his man down here.
He's got his second win. Can he take advantage of that second win?
Big power slam there by the Kayode Tim Miller. No doubt a win here for Tim Miller would put his name at the top of a list for a lot of promoters across the country.
It would be huge for him to win this match, and he seems to have him right where he wants him. The big splash, Bulldog. Can he capitalize?
Only a 2 count there, says referee Todd, as Vandal able to slip the left shoulder out from underneath. And right now, you can see the effect still lingering with the Coyote Tim Miller as he holds the back of that neck. Ducks the clothesline in and over. Switches around, neck breaker there by Vandal Ortagun.
Yeah, the Coyote's still holding the back of his head. That could not have helped him out at all. Vandal's a little frustrated, thinking maybe he had him right there. I think it's going to take a little more to put Tim the Coyote Miller out, but he definitely has him where he wants him.
And right now you can see just taking his time is Ortagun. And right there just slits the throat. This could be all she wrote here for Tim Miller. Has him set up over. Tim Miller trying to fight out of the fireman's carry position. He did, up to a vertical base. Has him hooked in, belly-to-belly suplex. Has him covered, 1, 2, and no.
Tim Miller got him in that belly-to-belly suplex, but I think with the beating on the lower back and the neck, he wasn't ever to get him up as high as he wanted, and I think the impact just wasn't quite enough to finish him like he thought it would be. You can definitely see that early damage on the lower back and the back of the head starting to take its toll on Tim Miller.
Vandal Ortagun looking in. Tim Miller comes in, catches him with a big forearm. Has his man set in, Irish whip, no reversal. Ortagun has him hooked in. Over the thing here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's the Turkish twist right there. That could be all it. 1, 2,
and 3.
Your winner of the match, Vandal Ortagun.
You can now see why he was concentrating on the back and neck and the back, setting him up for that finisher, and it did the job he meant it to do.
Yeah, the Turkish twist did it in for the Coyote Tim Miller. Nonetheless, though, Tim Miller had an amazing showing in this matchup.